stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. Stay clear of the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and this is episode number 248 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. Today's Monday, April the 21st. As you are hearing this, we just had Easter Sunday, and this episode, a little peek behind the curtain, was recorded in the past. Yes, it's true. I traveled to Knoxville this week. And so since I was not going to be available this weekend, and Sunday's usually our record day, and that's a holiday, we decided to do something a little bit early. And because we want this episode to be relevant, we don't have any news to talk about today. Instead, we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna review some of the food items and a specific restaurant that we, the three of us, me and my co-host, who I will introduce shortly, got to try, sample. Experience was the word I was looking for. On the last day of March, I was actually thinking about this. Funny enough, Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen was the last meal we ate in March. It was Landon's last meal as a 39-year-old. Isn't that strange? So anyway, without further ado, let's bring in the co-host and let's review some food. I'm going to start with the other one who's wrapped up and looks all cozy. It's Stephers. She's got a nice sweater on. Hi, Stephers. How you doing?
Hello, this is my grandma's sweater. I wear this all the time because it's cozy.
It looks cozy. Is it real soft?
Yes. Sorry, I was like, I don't know if soft is the word. It's like a crocheted kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So
it looks very fluffy. Is it something you can throw in the washer, or is it like hand wash? Or
yeah. Well, I'm sure it probably says hand wash only, but I throw it in the washer.
Yeah. See, these are the kinds of things I avoid because I don't hand wash or dry clean anything.
I can't be bothered. It's going to go in the washer even if it says hand wash only. I got to tell you.
It's like all these mugs that Disney loves to put in their souvenir shops. I always double check them. Landon and I can talk about this because I love some of these mugs. You look at them, they look great. And if I flip that thing over and it says not dishwasher safe, then I'm like, well, not for me. I need mugs that can go in the dishwasher. But let's bring him on so he can defend himself and his opinion about mugs. Landon the Doane, how do you feel about dry clean only or not dishwasher safe items?
They can get wrecked. I'm of the mindset that you can say you're not dishwasher safe, but I, Landon the Doane, will prove you otherwise. Hi, everybody. Coming in from the isolation station for love. It's me. It's the DOZ, Landon the Doane, and it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. And today is April 21st. Tomorrow is April 22nd. Happens to be Earth Day. And if you're a Disney fan, you know that is a special day because back in the year of 1998, a little theme park called the Animal Kingdom opened. So happy early birthday to the Animal Kingdom.
Wow. So by the time Animal Kingdom gets to celebrate its 30th anniversary, we should have a whole new park, essentially. You're going to have Tropical Americas. You're going to have Zootopia in the Tree of Life. Like all this stuff, assuming it doesn't get like canned because of budgetary reasons or things. That park's going to have a different feel to it by then. But yes, we love the Animal Kingdom here on the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. And in fact, last week I was going to bring up, I think they just introduced a brand new baby giraffe on the Kilimanjaro Safari, and we didn't talk about it. Normally, every time there's a new
animal,
animal.
That's kind of our gimmick, and we push for Disney to name it Monday Morning Monorail podcast the animal.
We do, yeah, and we missed out on this one because
We're slipping, guys.
Well, I'll tell you why.
I turned 40 and the whole podcast goes sideways.
That's true. The wheels have come off. They came off a long time ago, for being honest.
That is true. We're just now embracing the wheels coming offness of
Yeah,
it.
The wheels on the bus go round and round. Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you this. One of the reasons I didn't put it on the list of articles last week was because when I read about the baby giraffe, it already had a name. And I was like, oh, well, usually we get like a heads up before these things get named, or at least...
Usually they let us know.
Yeah, we get some kind of an alert to our phone. And then we submit all the paperwork to have it named Monday Morning Monorail, the podcast.
Guys, that was on me. I just now realized I had texts and unreturned phone calls to a B. Iger. Once again, I dropped the ball. Guys,
Wow.
Jesus.
Landon, you had one job. Honestly, you turning 40 really just messed it up for all of us.
Guy rolls into another decade of life and just loses all grasp of what he thought he could do.
So that's what I have to look forward to.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and then today I find out a friend tells me now that I'm 40. Gravity is somehow worse.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
true?
No.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
Apparently to a friend who sent me a compilation video of falling down fails, and it's like, this is what I have to look forward to, and she's like, yeah, gravity is now a whole lot meaner now that you're 40.
Okay.
Interesting.
I thought we were talking scientifically, and I was going to ask, does this friend have theories about the shape of Earth as well?
No, not that I'm aware of. I don't think she means that gravity is now like waiting behind corners to jump me and take my wallet or anything like that. It's just gravity still will remain undefeated, but will hit harder now that I'm 40.
Why did we ever discover gravity? You know, we should have just let it be. The world was better.
Let it be. Let it be.
It was better before we discovered gravity.
Maybe gravity was the friends that we made along the way.
I feel like we're mixing a couple gimmicks together, but here we are.
Well, speaking of mixing gimmicks, you could have sang the John Mayer song "Gravity" and then said
I did.
I thought you were singing "Let It Be."
You were singing Let It Be.
I sang Gravity in my head, but y'all were still talking. So then I did. I was like, wait, I did.
Gosh.
I was like, wait a minute. Was John Mayer the fifth Beatle this entire time?
No, let me tell you, I was singing Gravity, but I guess it didn't come. Usually the intrusive thoughts come out, but I guess that one did not.
Well, Stephers trying to take advantage of the senior citizens on this podcast by gaslighting us. She's like, I did sing Gravity. I don't know what you heard.
Well, maybe she did.
For a second, I had to think about it. I was like, did she sing Gravity? And I just heard Let It Be. Am I that old?
I thought I did both, to be fair, but here we are.
Do a mashup. Let's hear a mashup.
It's already, the time has passed. It's fine.
Gravity, 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 gravity. How's that?
That was 10 out of 10, especially with the congestion.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we found a new intro song.
For those of you watching on the YouTube, you'll notice I'm wrapped up in a blankie, and it's because I'm sick, Justin Monorail, today. Really hoping that I don't get into a coughing or sneezing fit on the podcast. I'm doing my best, and I've got my invisible box of tissues right here with me.
Oh, wow. That did just appear.
If I hold it up, you can't see it because of the green screen, because the box is green. But I'll be doing my best. I will really try for the listening audience not to sniffle directly into the mic, but no promises. No promises. Some people
promise it.
Well, that's weird. I think we're past the ASMR thing phase.
Are we?
Yes, we are, Stephers. And if I say that's weird, I don't want to kink shame if that's what you're in. Not here to yuck on your yum.
I feel like you are.
Okay, maybe I am a little, but I'm trying to be nice about it. But I want to point out I'm the only one not adorned in a fun blanket or sweater of some sort on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm wearing a dope Hangman Adam Page t-shirt from All Elite Wrestling.
Oh.
So, shout out to Hangman. I'm down for some cowboy shiznit.
Okay.
Is Orange Cassidy still a thing?
Orange Cassidy is still a thing. He's awesome. Unfortunately, he is injured right now, so he is off TV.
I don't know.
So
who
I'll
that
give him
is.
one of his very half-assed thumbs up and say, "Get well soon, Orange Cassidy." Because when you try, you're real good.
Yeah.
Well, he's good anyway, but when he tries, when he thinks about trying, he's good.
He's
just watch All Elite Wrestling. It's awesome.
He's one of the wrestlers who sort of has transcended the brand because like people, he became a meme, like his style of just putting his hands in his pockets, dodging people attacking him.
Yep.
You'd see that on social media and stuff. And even though I do sometimes like dip my toes into AEW or WWE, but I don't keep up with it on a regular basis. But I know Orange Cassidy. I know that.
There you go. Yeah, his sloth style, as it's called, has transcended into mainstream.
Yeah, Stephers.
Sloth style? I don't want to ask. Actually, it's better if I don't ask.
In wrestling, there's a style called strong style, but because Orange Cassidy has sloth-like tendencies, it's called sloth style.
Interesting. I guess. I don't know. It's fine.
Orange Cassidy's the man.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Justin was the man. But
me,
right.
I'm not.
No, he's the Podfather.
I'm the Podfather.
Yes.
No.
Day of my daughter's wedding.
Today he's sick, Justin Monorail. Generally, he's the Podfather.
Gotcha.
All these things are very true. And
also, speaking of blankets, I feel like I'm developing an issue. I whenever I would go down to Disney back in the day, I would come back with a slew of Disney T-shirts. Then it became a slew of Disney coffee mugs. Mm-hmm. Now it's developed into a slew of Disney blankets.
Wow, really?
That's a lot.
I came back with another one on this last trip. It's real comfy, it's real soft, and it has a great design. But off the top of I think I might be up to like 8.
Wow. What do you use them for?
I mean, to like when I'm on the couch, I use them to, cover up. Zoe likes to sit on them. I got a couple on my bed.
Okay.
Like I am a man who likes to be comfortable, ladies and gentlemen, especially now that I'm in the 4th decade of my life. It's all about comfort. I'm built for comfort, not for speed. And Disney can make some very comfortable blankets to the point I almost bought my first weighted blanket because I think it was like a Stitch weighted blanket in Hollywood Studios, but it was like, I don't want to carry this thing around, A, back to the hotel, and then B, put it in my luggage and get home.
That's right. That'll put you right over the weight limit if you have a checked bag. I haven't jumped on the weighted blanket bandwagon, although I do find it appealing. I like to feel snug when I'm in bed. And so I think I could see the appeal and the comfort of a weighted blanket. I haven't jumped on that.
I don't have one either, but I make blankets, so I just go with it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, there's one right there that I'm making.
Oh.
I was unaware, Stephers, you are a woman of many talents.
Yeah, I dabble. I'm unemployed. I got to dabble in some hobbies,
She dabbles. Also, if you're watching on the YouTube video where she pointed out right next to her handmade blanket, it's featured right next to a Figment popcorn bucket. How about that?
That appears to be floating in midair. Mm-hmm. And Figment does float, so... Makes sense.
See?
Makes sense.
Sunbrand.
Yep.
I don't ruin the illusion.
Lewin?
It doesn't ruin the illusion. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's fine.
Illusions, Michael.
I think
the illusions.
Tricks are what whores do for money.
Oh
well,
it's an Arrested Development quote. Come on,
I know what it is.
I don't know what it is, but that's okay.
Landon, leaning into the comfort lifestyle, there's another thing that you could start collecting because Disney puts out all kinds of different styles, seemingly seasonally at this point. You could embrace the Croc at this point.
I've tried the Croc. I'm not there yet, but I actually had a doctor when I got back from a trip because I had some sweaty foot issues, like to get without getting too graphic, actually suggested a Croc or Croc-like footwear for when I'm down to let my feet breathe. Yeah. So I might have to end up going into that Croc lifestyle, and that my friends, I say this is somebody who you will have to take my khaki cargo shorts off my cold, dead, sexy corpse. I alone am going to keep the cargo short industry employed and running, even if I do have to pay more for tariffs. The Crocs still feel like a bridge too far for you, boy.
You'll get there.
I have Crocs, and I have giblets on my Crocs, too.
Giblets?
I feel like you need a cream for those giblets. I'll ask my dermatologist for some the next time I see him.
Okay.
I have Crocs,
Are
but
they not called giblets?
is that not something you eat, like chicken giblets?
I think, yeah. It's definitely edible. I don't know if the type that
But maybe we're
Stephers is
saying it
talking
wrong.
about. Is it giblets?
Gibbets. They're gibbets.
Oh.
Gibbets. I'm so sorry.
I don't know if that makes it any better.
I'm sorry. Gibbets. I like giblets better.
Giblets
so
is
do I.
good, but
They're gibbets charms, and I have a Gimli, an ET1 Stitch, Penguin, and a. I'm missing one, but I don't know what it is.
Gimli gibbet. Try
Gimli
saying that
gibbet.
10 times fast.
No.
I loved Jim Lee Gibbet and his stand-up show on Comedy Central. That was one of Martin Short's greatest character.
Oh, Jiminy Glick. He was good. He was good.
He would talk like this.
Yeah.
He's a great interviewer of Hollywood stars.
It's true. Hey,
Oh, yeah, what are we talking about today?
Speaking of interviewers, and he was sort of like a critic of things, we're going to give reviews of some things today.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start with our trip to the Sunshine Tree Terrace, not Terrence, Sunshine Tree Terrace, because
it's easy to call it Terrence. I'm sorry.
We decided it was one of the things that Stephers you had put on your list as a must do because you really wanted to get that I Lava You float. And I think it might have been it was before we rode Pirates. We decided we were going to mobile order from the Sunshine Tree Terrace. We took a little stroll over there. And one of the things that we found was during this period of time, they didn't have just the traditional Dole Whip option. They had orange cream soft serve. They had strawberry soft serve, and I think there might have just been vanilla. Of course, you could just get vanilla, but they didn't have the Dole Whip at this location. You had to go over to the vendor over by Aladdin's Magic Carpets to get the Dole Whip. But Stephers, you really had to get that I Lava You float, and is that because this is something you had in the past, and you just know you're a big fan of this item, or was this a first time try?
I don't think it was a first time try, but I can't remember. Actually, I think it was a first time try because I think the last time I came down, I did the Peter Pan one with the blue feather in it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this was the one I didn't do, so I wanted to do it.
Okay.
But it was good. I think I like the Peter Pan one better. I just don't know. I'm not a huge soda person anymore, but I do think like the orange and the strawberry went well together.
Yeah, so if you're not aware of the I Lava You float, it's Fanta strawberry soda, passion fruit flavor served with Dole Whip orange and topped with popping candy. So you got some Pop Rocks on there too.
Those were fun.
Yeah.
Quality experience.
It's always fun to get Pop Rocks and ice cream. I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And soda too. Yeah. Just a whole bunch of sensations going off in your mouth. Producer, clip that audio, please.
Landon, did you try the I Lava You float? Did you sample that? I did not.
Yes, I actually did. Stephers was nice enough to offer me and the Smoking Hot fiance both tastes. And originally, when we went over to Sunshine Tree Terrace, we were putting our mobile order together, and we looked at it. And me and Lindsay, it's like, yeah, I don't really know if that is our jam because again, going back, this is Fanta strawberry soda. Mm-hmm. Then you're adding in passion fruit flavored. Then you're adding the Dole Whip orange and some pop candy. So there's a lot going on. And we just thought I'd like that just doesn't really seem like it's going to jive. It's not what we're looking for, but I was pleasantly surprised and I really enjoyed how much the flavor was good when it came to the I Lava You float. I went in with low expectations and really enjoyed what I tasted from the I Lava You float. If I had the opportunity to redo my order from the Sunshine Tree Terrace, I might walk away with my own I Lava You.
Wow.
I don't steer you wrong ever.
That's an impressive.
I don't know, Stephers. There's a whole podcast called Does Disney that proves otherwise.
So
I'm sorry. That's mean.
I wanted to ask, was the Peter Pan version afloat as well, or was it just the lime soft serve?
I think there was soda in it. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I feel like I even got it. I just don't remember.
I think you did too, but I don't remember.
Again, I'm an old on this podcast. I don't have the memory I used to have. But Landon, because I also didn't want to venture to the I Lava You float, you and I and the Smoking Hot Fiance, we all ordered the same thing. We got the orange cream soft serve cup. That's Dole Whip orange and a vanilla swirl. And basically it's dreamsicle. You're getting a dreamsicle here. Mm-hmm. And it was great. It was really refreshing. It was good.
I think Lindsay and I ended up doing the vanilla swirl option. So
yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Then we ended up getting the same thing. It was nice. It was refreshing. It was fine. It was good. But compared to the flavors of the I Lava You float, and like Stephers said, it's like the pop candy surprisingly kind of put this thing over the top. It's like the whole experience of the I Lava You float. I think, again, if I had to do my order over again, I think I might have walked away with one. So that good job by you, Stephers.
The I Lava You float is $7.29. The orange cream soft serve with the orange and vanilla swirl is $5.29. Both affordable options for a nice and shareable. I would say they're both pretty large servings. Mm-hmm. And in the hot Florida sun, they melt pretty quick. So it's nice to have some help in devouring these treats. I was going to ask you guys, would you take both or either one of these over just a traditional pineapple Dole Whip?
I think I would not over a pineapple Dole Whip.
Okay. Dole Whip still on top for you, Stephers.
Mm-hmm.
Original Dole Whip still over the orange cream vanilla swirl for me. And I think I'd still stick with the original OG Dole Whip over the I Lava You float as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's a staple for a reason. It's in my opinion the iconic Disney World snack. When you think of a snack from Disney World, particularly the Magic Kingdom, in my mind, boom, Dole Whip comes to mind immediately. Now you could say on the left coast at Disneyland, what's the Disneyland snack? Boom, it's going to be your churros
or corn dogs too. They love their corn dogs over there.
Oh, I was unaware of that. Okay, well, good to know. Your boy does love a corn to dog. So if I ever find myself out that way, I might have to try that. But particularly in Orlando, in the Magic Kingdom, Dole Whip reigns supreme in the snack world.
Yeah. So I'm going to agree with you all. I would take traditional pineapple Dole Whip over these two, but I'm going to tell you, I definitely pineapple Dole Whip is not my favorite Dole Whip flavor. I prefer the coconut Dole Whip. I really like that. And I also really like the lime. I would take the lime over the pineapple. I like the sour tartness of the lime a little bit more than the pineapple. That's just me.
Okay, clearly the fever has taken his mind, Stephers. I think we might have to drive the monorail for the rest of the shit. Coconut.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. It's really like I don't know how to describe it. It's light. It almost to me has like a marshmallowy quality to it. But maybe it's just because it's white. But I like it a lot.
Okay. And I was unaware that coconut was an option. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of averse to coconut as it is. So I'm probably not the target market for that. The lime I've not tried, but I am intrigued that tart, as you describe it, would probably go well.
Yeah.
The Peter Pan float was key lime ice cream with Sprite and a chocolate feather.
Sprite. Yeah. It was in Sprite.
Huh.
Okay. And it was good. It was good. Key lime. Right. They love throwing around the key lime thing when you're going to get lime, and especially in Walt Disney World. It just tastes like lime. I think key lime is maybe supposed to be like a little sweeter or something, but it just tastes like lime to me. But it was good. I'm not trying to trash it. I liked it. I did want to throw in, if you do want traditional Dole Whip, you still have that option at Aloha Isle. That's the thing I couldn't.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, next to Aladdin in the Tiki Room.
Yep. So you can always, and you can get a Dole Whip and take it in the Tiki Room. They'll let you do that.
There you go. Fun little fact. And also, that is another option where you can mobile order, because every time you go by there, at least in my experience, that line is crazy long. So
yeah, it's good to definitely take advantage of your mobile orders where you can and when you can.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
And it does apply. Like if you got your AP, you should have your AP on your app. When you do mobile order or shopping, like your mobile checkout in shops, it applies your AP discount. So that's good to know too. So that was our midday snack, but we had planned a very special sit-down dinner that night. It was kind of the appetizer to our trip to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, because that's how we capped off the night. But we made reservations at Jungle Navigation Company Limited, Skipper Canteen. And the reason we picked this place was because just with the options that the Magic Kingdom has, you've got the Plaza, you've got Tony's Town Square, you've got Crystal Palace, you've got Be Our Guest, you've got Cinderella's Royal Table, and Liberty Tree. And I think you can still make reservations at the Diamond Horseshoe. I'm doing this all from memory, by the way. So if I nail all of them, maybe I'm not as sick as I thought. But like, a lot of options are available, but this was one that we had all agreed on, that we felt like we had good experiences there, and it worked. The only thing, Stephers, I can't remember if you had been there before or not. Was this your first time?
It was my second time. I went when I went to the Christmas party. We ate there before the Christmas party started.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it was all of our at least second, if not more than that.
Yeah, it was my first time like actually ordering a meal for myself. I shared food the first time I went. Okay, very good. This was probably my 6th or 7th trip to Skipper Canteen. And Landon, I know you've gone a couple of times before as well. And one of the reasons that we love to use this place as a little a go-to, a staple, is because one of the only places on property you can get kungaloosh.
Yeah. I think it's now down to here in Skipper Canteen, and then of course Nomad Lounge, because it's like inexplicably they took it away from Jock Lindsay in Disney Springs. So it's like, unless I'm missing somewhere, and listeners, please let me know if I am missing somewhere, because kungaloosh is one of my favorite beers in the entire world. I'm not just talking Disney World, the entire world. I would love to have a third spot to get kungaloosh, but off the top of my head, it's Skipper Canteen and it's Nomad Lounge, and both of those places are locked behind an admission ticket to a Disney park.
Yeah, it's true. If they canned it, do you think you'd buy cans of kungaloosh? Like, would you have?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I would hit up my Total Wine and I'd buy that stuff by the pallet. Are you kidding me?
It's so good from the tap that
Yes, it is. It is.
I really worry. I mean, I'm sure it would still be good in the can, but I think it would be different. Plus, you wouldn't be at Disney World.
It wouldn't hit the same, just the same way. It's like, you can get Mickey ice cream bars at your local Publix, Kroger, Piggly Wiggly, whatever. But to your point, you're not in the Magic Kingdom. You're not at Hollywood Studios. You're not in that Disney bubble. So it's the same thing, but it's really not. But that said, it's like, if you're telling me I can have kungaloosh or not have kungaloosh, you know what option Landon is taking? Having kungaloosh.
Oh, yeah. And that makes sense. Of course you would. I was going to say, I think I need to look it up. I didn't pull it for our menu that we're looking at in the notes here, but it used to be that the Jungle Cruise Skipper Canteen had a dessert that was also called kungaloosh.
That feels right.
I'm gonna check it and see if it's still on the menu. But yeah, they used to. So it's funny, you could have kungaloosh two ways.
Well, and yeah, to your point, I don't remember seeing that on the menu, because as I found out, something that is still on the menu that I've ordered before and I ordered on this trip at this meal has gone through a change. So just because you had something in the past at previous visits to Skipper Canteen, it might be not exactly what you're expecting, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, it's not on the list anymore. They may still have the same dessert, but call it something different. But to avoid any confusion, like you have a child ordering kungaloosh, and they're like, "Which one? I don't know. Get him a beer."
Perfect. Yeah, baby's first beer. He met Mickey Mouse today, and then he got trashed at Skipper Canteen. It was a magical day.
Maybe a stupid question.
Okay.
So I don't like beer. So like I know that kungaloosh is like a Skipper Bob thing. Right?
He says kungaloosh. It's
Yeah. So like that's always been like a beer. No. Like it's not a cocktail, or is it a cocktail too? Or is it just a thing that
it's actually the reason he says kungaloosh, I think it comes from the Adventurers Club.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. All right. I've never
how they would
understood.
Greet each other.
Yeah, it was like a greeting, or like almost like a huzzah kind of thing, like a celebratory.
It's like aloha. It means several things.
Yeah. You'd say kungaloosh.
Tracks.
Yeah, so Skipper Bob still says kungaloosh, and they just took that name and applied it to this beer. Now, this beer is a special beer created exclusively for Walt Disney World, and if you've never had it, it's an African-inspired deep amber ale, and it is spicy and not spicy
Yes.
hot, but it's got some spice to it, and it's so good. It's very tasty. If you like a amber, kind of a full-bodied beer, this thing really hits the spot. I don't think you'd like it, Stephers, because it is very beer.
I think I like sours, and I like really pale. I'm like very particular with what I drink.
Yeah, Kungaloosh might not be your jams, but the next time we're together and we are breaking bread and solving all the world's problems, I'll let you try my Kungaloosh, and you can form your own opinion and expand the taste buds, as it were.
Absolutely. I'm happy to share a Kungaloosh. That just means I get to order another one sooner.
Exactly, yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, for those who haven't been to the Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen, I'm only going to say the full name a couple times.
I was going to say, I appreciate your dedication to the gimmick. You're going to say the whole daggone thing.
I was wondering why you were saying the whole thing.
Well, because that's what it's called. So, I
put respect on that name.
I try to say the full names. Plus, I love unnecessarily long names. Like you know this about me. Like, I'm a fan of really ridiculous, convoluted names. And
look at his government name. I'm not going to blow up his spot, but
exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. There might be a reason that I really appreciate long names. But if you've never been there, just to give you a heads up. So it is a table service restaurant. You do need to make a reservation. You can walk up. I actually noticed just now when I was looking up the menu, you can join the standby on your mobile app. And right now it's at 60 minutes if you wanted to go today while we were recording. But
wow, okay.
Yeah. So there's like a 60-minute stand-up queue. But you can make that reservation and then take all the stress and worry out of it. And it is based on the ride, the Jungle Cruise ride. Now, I will tell you, the idea being that when you go and eat at Skipper Canteen, you're getting the experience of the shtick. So whether it comes from the host and hostess stand or your server, they are sort of like your quasi captains on this journey. And they have dad jokes to tell you. They're full of puns. And when you get a server who really commits to the bit, it can be very, very fun. But I don't think that it's A, required of them, or B, as common as it used to be, because I have now gone a couple times to Skipper Canteen, and the server has just played it very straight. Now, they're very kind. The service is great. The service I've had there has been great. They're cast members. It's at Disney. They know what they're doing, and they take care of you, but they don't really do the shtick. I've noticed the same thing happening at 50s Primetime. So it used to be, if you go eat at 50s Primetime at Hollywood Studios, it was almost like going to a Dick's Last Resort light. Like the server is supposed to be your aunt or your uncle, and they're going to roast you. They're going to give you a hard time if you don't eat your vegetables. They're going to, all kinds of stuff. They're going to make you...
Don't put your elbows on the table.
No elbows on the table. Say please and thank you. Like all this stuff. And I have noticed the last couple times I've gone there, they've really dialed that back.
Wait. Skipper Canteen had a shtick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a skipper as your server.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've gotten a shtick from... Well, I guess I've only been there once. I don't remember if I had a shtick. But I didn't realize they stopped doing it. Oh, I guess somebody said something. Wasn't that in the news where somebody got offended at 50 Primetime?
50s Primetime. I think it was something that happened. Yeah, somebody got upset.
So maybe they had to dial back the gimmicks and the shtick across property, which it's like, okay, maybe at 50s I get, because people don't want to, go to their meal and have a roast comedian just skewer them while they're having their PB&J milkshake or whatever.
Oh, my God. Those are so good. Why did you bring that up?
They are real good, and especially since you're sick, Justin Monorail, that might cure what ails you right now. But it's like Skipper Canteen. This is the Jungle Cruise without the boat. They're literally just doing dad jokes. They're doing puns. But Stephers, to your point, when you're like, oh, wait, there's a shtick. It's like, I noticed, at least on this experience, our server was phenomenal. She knew the menu backwards and forwards, told us everything that was going on, the option pairings for the entrees that we were thinking about getting, had great recommendations. I noticed when we first sat down, she was doing some of the skipper shtick.
Yeah.
But after that, to your point, Jay, she just played it straight.
Yeah, she dropped it.
Which I mean, it's like I don't fault her for that, but at the same time, I was slightly bummed out about it, because it's like that's part of the fun reason you go to Skipper Canteen. You want this experience to go on for Niles and Niles and Niles and Niles. It's like I love
Niles.
and Niles. I love the Jungle Cruise, and part of the reason is because of those just really bad dad jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you know, if you've been on the Jungle Cruise, a great skipper can put what is a good ride and make it a great experience. And I don't think Skipper Canteen is any different. It's a good place to go get an adult beverage if you're looking for it in the Magic Kingdom. It's a good place to go sit down and get a good meal. But if you have a cast member that is committed to the bit, that could put it over the top.
And
okay, hear me out.
Yeah, go ahead.
How mad would they be if we did the shtick for them?
So,
if we were stepping on their toes.
well, this is one of those things where I was going to say, I wonder, it's just an example of like guests ruining the experience, because maybe that's part of it. You know, we live in this like such a TikTok age, like social media, you're doing everything for the gram. Everything has to be content. And it makes
main event character energy.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder, did that sort of cause Disney to pull it back a little bit? The other thing I was thinking is, because I told you all, I think I said it on the podcast, one of the last times I went to Oga's, I noticed that there were some changes in how they conduct and interact with the crowd. And I asked the resident of Batu, who was serving me beers, what had changed, because I was like, don't they normally, like, you guys are supposed to do this thing, and she said, well, Oga told us we can't really do that stuff anymore. So it really makes me wonder if this is like a blanket policy across the service outlets, where they're like, we just need to dial back the shtick, because maybe it's more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, I could see somebody going into Skipper Canteen, they're hot, they're tired, they've had a tough day. We all know about Magic Kingdom breakdowns, and maybe it's happened to this family. And then you get this server. This server comes up and they're telling jokes and doing puns, and that should be good, but I could see someone complaining about it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I get that.
So instead, Disney's like, well, you know what? We can solve this problem easily. Just tell the skippers not to do that. And yeah, you're taking away some of the experience, but most people aren't going to miss it. Stephers didn't know that they ever did a shtick. Yeah,
I get that. But maybe if they're gonna do that, maybe have the cast member up front be like, so how much how much do you want to play?
Yeah, opt in or opt out.
Well,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You could if you're booking a reservation ahead of time on the My Disney Experience app, have the option. Do you want to opt in on the gimmick, or do you just want a straightforward dining experience?
Well,
then if you change your mind in between, if little Johnny had too much magic and had a bad experience on the carpet ride at Aladdin, let the team member know when you check and be like, hey, FYI, can we just have kind of like a low-key meal?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Well, be like, okay, cool. So we'll pivot.
When you check in at a table service restaurant on the app, it asks you a series of questions already. It's like, are you celebrating something? Are there any dietary restrictions or allergies? Then why not just add one more question and be like, do you want the experience, or do you want this to just be like a low-key dinner? Stephers, you were going to say something. I feel like I stepped on you.
No. I was letting Landon finish. My brain just kind of shut off. There's also like this not new thing, but also there's the, going back to your TikTok era situation, but there are also like what's the word? Hyperfixation on some cast members. So also there's that level, there's that level of fear where someone does such a good job that people get too fixated, and then like that kind of thing, which is super unfortunate, y'all. Like, these people like respect their privacy, but I think that there is a huge thing going on with that as well, which affects the kind of experiences that they.
That's a great point, and that could be really very, very valid. Yeah. Wow.
Once again, Stephers not steering us wrong.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So my message to the Monorail family out there: don't ruin it for everybody else. I don't think you all do, but I'm just saying.
Be like Fonzie. Be cool, baby.
Be cool. Yeah. We're just coming off of Masters weekend, and one of the things I didn't realize is that there's a no phone policy at the Masters.
The Masters has a whole bunch of rules, and no phones is one of them.
But I know that they could never do this in the park, and I know that in a lot of cases it's a necessary evil because theme parks get a lot of free advertising by influencers coming in and posting things and all that. So they're never going to but I will just say this. We're not all influencers.
Despite what you think,
maybe
we are not all influencers.
Maybe most of us, unless we're taking pictures of our family or videoing an experience, we can put that stuff away and we don't have to capture everything on a device. Could we start that revolution? So when Stephers and I, this is a side note.
We have the My Disney Experience app. We can't start that revolution, Jay.
Honestly, this is part of why I struggle a lot with the fact that I know that for some people, a lot of people, they can't make it to Disney as often as I do or you guys do. And they listen to our podcast to get the taste of Disney magic, or they go to our YouTube if we post something we've done in the parks and they go see that. I really struggle sometimes with balancing capturing things and giving people experiences from the parks and not impacting any other guest. That's something I always try to think about. And when Stephers and I, on this Magic Kingdom Monday, went and rode Space Mountain, there was a ride vehicle ahead of us that had 3 guys in it. All 3 of them were holding GoPros. All 3.
My gosh.
Yeah, and they were all same angle. It wasn't like they were capturing anything different, but they were all just GoProing it up.
I'm not going to tell y'all how to Disney, but that feels about 3 GoPros too many, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and I wasn't on that ride with y'all, but I will never forget this. It wasn't thankfully my first experience on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but I was in the back, or I guess the second row of my cart, and the person in front of me pulled out their GoPro and started just live streaming the entire thing. And I could see her chat coming up, and she was talking and interacting with the chat while while we were on the ride. And it's I couldn't help but be taken out of the experience of being on Runaway Railway, because I'm seeing this person who, I guess she had somewhat of a following just based on how much she was being interacted with. But at the same time, it's unless this is how you make your bills at the end of the month, can you please put your damn phone away? I paid as much as you did to ride this attraction. Yeah. Don't ruin it for everybody else.
I think that's the big thing. If you're impacting other people, especially their on-ride experience, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yes, 1000% co-signed over here. Yeah.
I've once in a while, it's very rare, but I have seen people use external lighting on Haunted Mansion, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that happened to me one time on Spaceship Earth. There was a cart in front of me. They pulled out external lighting and they just kept taking flash picture after flash picture, to the point that I was like, dude, turn your damn light off.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
I think somebody has done that with me too. And it's always hard, I think, for me, because not for me, but in general, especially when you're waiting for fireworks and you're all literally even at the Universal concerts, you're all this.
Yeah.
And you're all trying to get the angle. And it's just a lot. And I get it, because you want to make memories, but it's just so difficult.
I think that's the idea, though. Are you recording it for yourself, which is one thing, and your family?
Yes.
Or are you trying to make content? And again, I will tell you, everything that you're recording in these parks has been recorded in 4K a million times, and it's out there.
Yep.
I'm just saying. That's why I tried. I don't do that anymore. I've once in a while, I've posted a ride through on the People Mover, because all I do is just hold my camera just at chest level and try to I don't try to make a big deal of it. But I'm people love that ride. It's relaxing.
People Mover, though, you get your own car, so it's not as intrusive, because you're
or you're generally with people so
yeah, so you're not encroaching on anyone.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's I know a couple episodes ago you dropped some audio where us 3 were talking on one of the ride throughs of Living with the Land for the Living with the Landon fundraiser. When we recorded that, we were on our own boat. We made sure to not impact anybody else's experience while we were doing that. And like y'all know my day job. I work on the radio. At one point, Phil's like, well, why don't you just call in while you're on one of the boat rides? It's like, absolutely not. These people paid money to be at Disney. Just because I'm down there doing a fun, like that does not make me special. That does not make me better than anybody else. I had to pay my money just like they had to pay their money. Again, don't do anything that impacts the experience, the enjoyment of anybody else down there.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't. I don't need to be the person to tell you this. You might not be special, and that's okay. I'm not special, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. It's
Everybody,
fine. It's fine.
It's
How did we get off on this?
constantly on. Well, we're just talking about experience, and that's really.
Also, I'm randomly bleeding from my leg. I don't know how that happened either.
You really got fired up.
I did. Yeah.
Well,
What is going on?
we were just trying to talk about our experience here. And sorry, I did have a coughing fit. I turned down my volume, so it's not going to be on the podcast recording, but I'm sure it's on the video recording. So I apologize for that, everybody.
You're doing great, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that was like a big portion of the jungle. I was going to say the whole thing. Skipper Canteen experience was the shtick, and it did exist. But now it seems like it's hit and miss, because I do feel like there was a time recently I went, and like you said, it was almost like half speed, puns and things like that, but it wasn't like the full thing. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. I would just let you know that you may not get that experience, so don't fully expect it. But everybody's dressed like skippers, and the place is decorated like it's basically like take the Jungle Cruise queue and just blow it up into a restaurant, and that's what you've got. And it's great.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
They have like a library room that you can sit in, because there's like the main mess hall kind of area, and then there's 2 side rooms that you can sit in that have different decor and things. And it's nice. It's a nice environment. So let's talk about our orders. So we started with drinks, of course. We already talked about Kungaloosh. We've raved. Stephers, you went with a cocktail, and what did you order?
Yeah, this cocktail. Listen, it sounded great in theory, and well, I didn't read it all, but I got a Jungle Bird, which is $15.50. So keep that in mind as I say that I did not drink it. It had Gosling Black Seal rum, Campari liqueur, cane syrup with pineapple and lime juices. Let me tell you, I was like, oh, I don't know what Campari is, but everything else sounds great. Let me get it. That respectfully ruined my experience of the drink. So I said, hi, Justin, here you go. You can finish this for me.
I enjoyed it. So Campari can be polarizing. I think it's pretty bitter. It's a bitter liqueur. You can compare it a little bit to Aperol, but Aperol is sweeter. Aperol has like a sweetness to it that kind of cuts the bitterness. Campari is just straight up bitter. It tastes like you're eating like a citrus pill of some kind. Peel. I said pill.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah. I mean, I like it because I do like bitter drinks. Like I like a Negroni, and Negronis have a similar bitterness to them. But yeah, I could see why I think you were thinking this was going to be like a bit of a tiki drink. And I think it is, but tiki drinks are typically sweeter and fruitier than this. So
and that is not what you got.
That's not what you got. But
it made me very sad.
I helped you with it.
He did. He was a real trooper, and he really helped to home me out.
Yeah.
Yep. No drink left behind.
But those Kungalooshes didn't disappoint, at least for me.
No, they definitely did not disappoint for you or me or the Smoking Hut fiance, because Lindsay and I had our fair share of Kungalooshes. So.
Yeah. So they've got a good list of appetizers, but one of the things, I think even before our server came over, did you bring up the cheese bread, Stephers? Someone mentioned the cheese bread. You did. Landon did.
Yes.
Landon did, and then I was like, oh, the Brazzi Bites, and because they sell Brazzi Bites. It's the same thing, but they're like frozen from the grocery store. And I was like, you mean the Brazzi Bites? I had them when I came during the Christmas party, and then like the waitress came and was like, don't we recommend the cheese bread? And then we all were like, cheese bread!
Yeah. Because it's not it's not currently on the menu.
Well, and the first time that I had it, it wasn't on the menu. So this might be one of those secret menu items. But I honestly don't know why it's not on the menu, because that appetizer was awesome. And I I don't want to speak for the rest of y'all, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was awesome the first time I had it, and it was awesome the second time I had it. Like if you and your party want to get an appetizer, highly recommend the Brazilian cheese bread. So dang good, so dang good.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it as well. If you're looking for something vegetarian, they do have a Falls family falafel, which I've gotten in the past, and I really do enjoy it. So that's a secret recipe of chickpeas, garlic, onions, lemon juice, and herbs served with house-made edamame hummus and toasted pumpkin seeds. I've had it before. It's good. Also, another thing you might consider would be the Orinoco Ida's cachapas. And look, even in the menu, it says, and you thought our jokes were corny, house-made corn cachapas, sofrito braised pork, grilled corn salsa, and avocado crema. I've had those before, and they're really, really good as well. But for a non-menu item, that Brazilian cheese bread's a hit. I loved it. I mean, there's even a nice cheese pool. Like if you bite into one of those hot cheese breads, you get a nice little cheese pool out of it, and it's good. I'm pretty sure that there's like usually if you go to the Brazilian booth at one of the mini Epcot festivals, they almost always have cheese bread. It's really very similar to what you're going to get from there, but it's good stuff. And I didn't keep the receipt. I think this must have been like $12 or $13 because the other appetizers are right around that range. But yeah, it was good. It did not disappoint, and I'm glad that they're still offering that. Unlike the ribs at Nomad Lounge, which are not on the menu and not available, sadly. But that was how we started the meal, and then we moved on to entrees. So there's one of the reasons I like this place is that the menu is sort of like a non-traditional theme park restaurant menu. So you've got some interesting options. Stephers, when you were looking through the menu, did you have several items you were considering, or did you always, because you ended up with the grilled steak, but were you considering multiple things?
Yeah, the noodle. So the first time I went, I got the chicken and I split that with my friend. I didn't want to get the chicken again because I was like, oh, I can just make chicken at home. So not really worried about it. But I always gravitate to the noodles, but then I'm like, do I really need the noodles? Like I haven't heard enough about the noodles to be like, I'm going to get the noodles. So I was like, I'm going to get the steak, and it was actually really good. So I'm glad I did that. But the noodles are something that I do want to try at some point in my Skipper Canteen career.
I will tell you, if you ever go for the noodles, they are spicy.
I love me a spice.
Yeah, and they're good. So that option is called the Nile Nelly's Noodle Bowl, and it says Niles and Niles of rice noodles, stir-fried shrimp, tamarind sauce, toasted peanuts, and fresh herbs. $34, and it's really, really good. It's I mean, all these entrees are big, like heavy entrees.
They are.
And also like hot foods. So like just think about that. But this one has a nice spice to it, and I have gotten it and enjoyed it in the past. Landon, I know you had your eye on one thing you'd had before, but did you have any kind of entree debate, or were you like set on what you ended up with?
I came in with the mindset I was probably going to get something I've had in the past, and because I enjoyed it in the past several times, and that's the Hardy Harchar pork. But I got to say, after seeing what y'all got, I feel like I lost the entree game. And that's not to say what I got wasn't good, but I think y'all definitely picked better entree options than my Hardy Harchar pork, which is a char glazed smoked pork chop served with scallion rice and some stir fry veggies. I opted out of the veggie option and got potatoes. So, it was pork chop and potatoes and rice because, your boy is all about that lifestyle, starch on starch. But it's like I made reference that I've had this entree before in the past. I discovered that this particular entree has gone through some different iterations, and this is on their latest iteration. And I believe our server described it. It was going to have a different coloring, so don't be alarmed by that if it comes out pink looking, just based on how they serve it now or prepare it now. And she said it was going to have almost like a ham flavor, a like glazed ham, Christmas ham flavor. I didn't really get that flavor profile. It was definitely different from what I was expecting. And of the different iterations that I've had, this is probably going to rank lower than the other iterations of the, once again, hearty hard char pork that I've had in the past. Like it was still good.
Yeah.
But again, looking around the table, and I got to have some bites of y'all's, well, except for Stephers, because I mean she inhaled her steak. It was incredible.
Accurate, but rude.
I say that with love, Stephers. You should be like you should be proud of the way that you made that steak disappear. It was like a David Copperfield trick. It was incredible. But I definitely feel like if I had to do my entree choice over again, I don't know if I would have gone with the hearty hard char pork.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, like it what y'all got was so good. What I got was good. So
yeah, I was disappointed that yours came out, and it was a little disappointing for you this time because I know that you've enjoyed it in the past, and we've said before you tend to be a little bit of a picky eater, Landon. So I think you go with things that you aren't going to disappoint you, or it's old standbys. You kind of stick to your old standbys.
I knows what I likes.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. I wonder if this was like a cost cutting measure, like maybe they're using a cheaper cut of pork or something. But yeah, she told you it was smoked, and the smoking process causes the meat to be pink. And if you've ever had raw pork or seen raw pork, it is pink. So I guess people have complained in the past.
She actually cited that exact reason. People would send it back thinking that it was undercooked or raw. And I mean, like, as somebody who ate it, it was not undercooked. It was not raw. But again, she said it has a flavor profile, a flavor comparable to ham. It's like, I didn't see that. And it's like maybe there was a subtle hint of it, but I don't know if that was actually the flavor of the pork itself, or because she put that in my brain and I was trying to connect those dots to get to the ham. But it's like, this wasn't my favorite serving of the hearty hard char pork.
Well, I'm sorry about that. That is disappointing.
Well, it's not your fault, buddy, but I appreciate that.
I'm going to make myself sound so stupid. I just got hearty hard. Like I just got that with the amount of times Landon was saying it. I just got it. My bad.
I love you, Stephers. I love you so much.
Too. I love you.
So when I was looking at the menu, I was torn. Now they always have a sustainable fish option, and it changes. Like the fish that they offer changes. So it's a catch of the day. And it just says on the menu, not piranha, quote unquote, served with Burberry spiced black-eyed pea stew and Kenyan tomato onion relish. And our server recommended that I can't remember the name of the fish, forgive me, but she recommended that I get the rice with it to really soak up the sauce. And so I did do that. I added rice to mine, and that was a spot-on recommendation. The fish was great. It was delicious. But Stephers, what helped me decide on that was I was going back and forth between getting the steak and the fish. When you decided to get the steak, we coordinated and we were like, we can share. We can, we'll break this up. I love doing that, by the way. If you ever eat with me, I'll probably try to talk you into sharing a plate because
you try more things, and it's not like you're wasting food. You're just, it's the ability to try.
Yeah, exactly.
You're expanding the taste buds.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't ever just decide on one thing. So I love having a teammate that I can go in and be like, all right, you get this, I'll get this. So you got the Dr. Falls signature grilled steak, which is hanger steak, lomo saltado style with thick cut French fries, roasted peppers, tomatoes, and ají amarillo mayonnaise. And it
was delicious.
It was really good. I will say sometimes getting steak at Disney table service restaurants is it's a gamble, and it doesn't always come out great. Well, not to spoil an episode ahead of time, but we're going to be talking about Trattoria Al Forno, where we also tried steak. These two steaks that we had at Skipper Canteen and then Trattoria Al Forno have got to be two of the best ones that I've had in a long time from Disney restaurants. So I really liked it. I mean, how did you feel about your steak entree, Stephers?
I think it was cooked really well. I have no complaints. I feel like the price point.
Well,
but it's Disney. But like the execution, I literally have no complaints. I think it was cooked really well. What did it come? Yeah, no, it all was good. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was trying to think in my brain and I left that meal thoroughly satisfied, except for my drink, but that was my own fault. So
You did sit there like kind of like side eyeing your drink throughout the
I
meal.
did.
The
I
entire
really did.
time with
It
the
was so
entire table, it's
sad.
like, Stephers, just tell them you don't like it. They'll give you it. No,
I don't like being
exactly
that
just
person
like
when
that.
someone can. It's fine. Justin just took one for the team. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that anytime if you need me to.
And it wasn't just no. It was that no
Yeah.
that Stephers just did. It was Stephers.
It was. So
I don't like being that person, especially because I know like cast members deal with that all day. Like it's not that big of a deal for me to be like, oh yeah, I really don't like. Like it's fine. It's fine.
But you wouldn't be like being rude about it. I mean, like if you don't like something, you don't like
I
something.
know, but it's fine.
it's okay. And you talked about the price point. This is not a cheap meal. Like so
No.
Landon's pork chop was $32. My fish was $35. The steak was $41. Those are high prices. Prices on par with a Disney sit down restaurant, maybe even a little higher than what you might expect. But I always lean towards when you're paying good money for something, if you don't get what you expect or something is bad, say something. You know, it is Disney and maybe they can help you. So just don't be rude about it. Be polite.
Exactly.
Be polite and just you know, I'm sure our server was so nice. I'm sure she would have hooked you up, Stephers. But now, Landon, I don't know if you want to speak on behalf of the Smoking Hot Fiance, but she got something different. Do you want to talk about her entree?
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and start putting words in her mouth. Get some good practice in for the rest of my life.
So I've got it in front of me if you want me to read. She got, excuse me, let me clear my throat. She got the mess hall duck fried rice without duck because it does come with duck on it. The fried rice is cooked in duck fat. She had the duck removed because I think Lindsay said she's never had duck before. And
She had never had duck, and our server actually made the recommendation of substituting the duck for the shrimp when Lindsay mentioned that she had never had duck, was unfamiliar with the flavor profile of duck, wasn't sure she would like duck after hearing what it sounded like. Our amazing server said, well, it is really good with shrimp. It will still have some of that duck flavor because, as you mentioned, it is cooked in the duck fried rice, but it won't be so duck forward as it would be if it had the actual duck in it.
Yeah, so she made the option. She did do the switch with the shrimp, and I mean, I didn't get her full review. I don't know if she shared her thoughts with you later, Landon. But how did Lindsay feel about the duck fried rice?
She really enjoyed the duck fried rice without the duck add shrimp. She really enjoyed the shrimp. She thought that it added to the entree. Obviously, she didn't have it the way it was meant to be served with the duck, but she is a big fan of shrimp, so she ate every daggone shrimp they put on her plate. I remember her eating most of, if not all, the rice. But I mean, like Lindsay liked this entree. And once again, when it came out, and I looked at her, it's like, yeah, maybe I should have gone with that. like again, it's like I lost the entree battle that night to all three of you, but she really did enjoy the mess hall duck fried rice and add shrimp, no duck. But I would have been curious to try it with the duck. I've never had duck myself, but under that circumstance, I think I would have given it a shot.
Yeah,
just based on what Lindsay said her experience of it was with the shrimp.
And I will tell you, it's good. I've been I've eaten with people who have ordered that duck fried rice in the past, and I've tried it and I've enjoyed it. It's very good. But I also am familiar with duck. I've eaten duck a few times, so I know what to expect from that flavor profile. I'm telling you, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but sometime I got to take you over to this Tennessee truffle over here in Sanford. They have a beautiful duck breast that's just so good. But that may ruin you for duck forever because I think it's the best duck I've ever had.
Well, don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah, it's so good. But we covered a lot of the entree menu, but we didn't do the taste like chicken. But I did want to mention there is a vegetarian option, curried vegetable crew stew. If you're looking for that, it's $23. So the price is also a little bit lower. And then the only other thing we didn't do is we didn't order any dessert. I think all of us were pretty stuffed. Again, those entrees are huge.
Uh-huh.
and we were pretty weighted down and ready to go get drenched on Tiana's Bayou Adventure at that point.
Which, spoiler, we didn't. Oh wait, I guess if you listened to last week, you know we didn't. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we didn't ride Splash Mountain. We rode Sprinkle Mountain. Yeah.
That's true. They do offer for the kids, there's like a create your own entree, and so they can kind of like pick a base and some different things. They also have macaroni and cheese. They've got some crispy chicken, some grilled chicken. So there's options for the kids too. I'm talking about how this menu is a little different than your typical theme park table service restaurant, but there are some safe options. And I will say too, I have also eaten with people who have ordered off the kids menu that were decidedly not kids. They'll let you do that if you want to.
Okay, all right.
Don't be afraid.
Okay. I do like when places let you do that because, I mean, you talked about it. I'm not the most adventurous eater. And if I didn't find an entree that I've liked in the past, there's a very real possibility that I could just hone in on. It's like, I want chicken tendies and mac and cheese because I'm a big boy.
Well, you can't go wrong with chicken tendies and mac and cheese.
Exactly. Body built by that, baby.
So even though I'm sitting here saying like this menu is a little more adventurous than what you're typically used to at a theme park, they have toned it down. I don't know if you remember when this restaurant opened, one of the things they offered was a head-on fish you could order.
Don't they have a full fish at Tiffin's?
They might. Yeah, they might have it at Tiffin's because Tiffin's has like an adventurous menu too. Now, Tiffin's used to offer head-on jumbo shrimp, but they don't offer those anymore.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Say less.
I know. So, I mean,
wow.
But see
Nightmare fuel.
What Disney learns very quickly is that theme park crowds aren't typically going for those adventurous meals.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of Landons who don't want the dead eyes of their food to stare into their souls as they eat them.
But it's like, never mind. Let me not anger anyone who doesn't like faces on their food.
Yeah.
I still have trauma from when I went to Universal and the what was it, the boil or whatever of with those big giant crawdads or
crawfish.
Yeah,
the crawfish. Good.
Oh, come on, they're so good though.
They are good.
I bet they are, but it looked directly into my soul and stole it.
Oh, but the eyes are so small. They can't even see your soul. Your heart and your soul is so big that they couldn't see it.
Well, yeah, they can't see it now because they stole it, Stephers. They stole my soul.
Well, also they're boiled and dead. So
even worse, the dead crawdad stole my soul.
Oh, I'm sad. I missed out on crawfish this year. I love crawfish, and I didn't get any for Mardi Gras. I'm very sad.
I'm sorry.
Well, we'll have to. We've got an across the Universal. We're going to record. Maybe I'll air some of my Mardi Gras grievances now that it's over. But anyways, that is the Skipper Canteen review. And so I almost feel like when we do these, we ought to have some sort of like a rating system. I've got it. So we could use the colors of the monorail. So the highest rating could be Monorail Gold. Second highest, Monorail Silver. Third highest, Monorail Black, because we all know that's the coolest monorail with the red trim. And then maybe
it's all edgy and stuff.
Yeah, it's got the red lights under it now.
It's into like Limp Biscuit and stuff. You know, it's hard.
It's cool. It's the Darth Vader monorail.
What? Okay. Y'all are okay.
My Chemical Romance blasting from that monorail.
MCR. Okay, we're getting somewhere where Stephers' realm is roaming.
It has a filled out Hot Topic frequent shoppers card. Okay. It's ready to go. Save 10%.
So see, it's still positive, even though it's the third down. And then the fourth.
It's not afraid of you, Mom and Dad.
What's the ugliest color of monorail? Monorail peach?
Light purple.
Oh, what?
Light purple.
Yeah, that's an SNL Celebrity Jeopardy joke. Sorry. Yeah.
Monorail,
from the turn of the century.
I was going to say monorail yellow, but I don't know.
I feel like I don't want to insult any of them.
Let's do
Stephers,
monorail.
it's fine. I literally told our audience that they're not special not 20 minutes ago, so it's fine.
Let's just
Lime?
Lime or monorail red, because red means stop. So maybe don't go to this place.
Okay. All right. Red means stop. That's easier association for Stephers to remember.
Okay.
We have the most convoluted rating system.
Okay.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, we just invented it on the spot.
Yep. And by we, it was mostly Justin. Let's be honest.
But if you like it, we all helped. But if you don't like it, it was mostly Justin.
It's shake and bake, and y'all helped. All right. So, Stephers, I want you to go
Yes.
first. What monorail color do you assign to the Skipper Canteen?
Black.
Black. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So it's not your favorite place. Do you think you're not excited to go back
Wait.
anytime soon?
This is overall Disney World, not just Magic Kingdom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There are places I'd rather go to other than that. Other than Skipper Canteen.
Does it change your opinion just on a Magic Kingdom scale? Would it be silver instead, or is
I
it
don't
still
know.
black?
I would have to. Oh, on a Magic Kingdom scale, it probably would be silver because
Okay.
Magic Kingdom, respectfully, has terrible options.
Okay. All right. Well, that's harsh but fair, Stephers.
Well, compared to other places, like
I hear you.
there are other better options.
There are absolutely. Landon, what have you got?
I am going to compare it first to Magic Kingdom only, then I am going to compare it to the rest of the Walt Disney World Resort. If this is Magic Kingdom only, this is Monorail Gold for me. This is going to be my sit down spot whenever I go to the Magic Kingdom, because to Stepher's point, like the Magic Kingdom's strong suit is not its sit down dining options, in my opinion, but I do think Skipper Canteen is kind of like that light in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy Skipper Canteen, even though maybe the, once again, hearty Harchar pork wasn't as high as I remembered it with this current iteration. But when it comes to the rest of the resorts, we're talking other parks and we're talking other hotels that have just really stellar, top-notch dining experiences. I probably would also give it Monorail Black.
Oh, wow. Knocks it down a lot. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand. Okay.
Where it's listening to Evanescence and writing in its live journal.
So I'm going to agree with you, Landon. I think in the Magic Kingdom, if I'm doing the Magic Kingdom scale, I'm going to do Monorail Gold, because I tried to just run through in my mind, would I rather go somewhere else? Would I rather go to the Plaza? Would I rather go to Crystal Palace? I don't think so. I mean, it's been a long time since I've gone to another table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom, but even like Be Our Guest, which I like. I feel like I'm a Be Our Guest apologist. I know a lot of people don't like it. I would give that Monorail Silver, and mostly it's just because it's so high priced. Probably a similar thing for like Cinderella's Royal Table, honestly. It's hard to give those gold because the value you're getting, I just don't think is there on a prefix menu as well. This is not a prefix menu, so that's good. So it gets points there, but it's good food, good service, and it's a nice haven, especially on a hot, sweaty Magic Kingdom day. I'm going to say across the resort, I'd go Monorail Silver. So I like it a little more than what you guys like, comparing it to everything, but I know that's still, it's pretty high maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I've had a lot of good meals there with a lot of good people, a lot of friends, great company at the Skipper Canteen. And so maybe that's causing me to be a little more generous, but across the resort, I'd do Monorail Silver for Skipper Canteen. It would be, this is tough for me to say, but I think it would be on bordering top 10 of my sit down restaurants.
Okay. Wow. That's generous.
Bordering top 10. Well, okay, maybe when you lay it out that way, maybe I'm being too hard on Skipper Canteen, but top 10.
No, don't let him force you to change your answer, dude. Don't let him guilt trip you into. No, Landon, you keep your opinion.
Okay, thank you, Stephers.
Stand
I
strong.
appreciate you having my
Stand
back.
strong, stand firm. We are farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Gravity.
Full circle. I love it.
Well, now we got to go. Let it be. That's the reverse. Let it be to the tune of gravity. Well, this has been our review of Skipper Canteen with a little bonus Dole Whip, which never hurt anybody in there. So thank you all so much for putting up with this today. Again, I hope you had a great Easter, and I hope you are headed into, now that we're done with the Easter season, we're going to be, well, as far as it's concerned here in Florida, we're already in the summertime, but we're blazing towards those hot temperatures.
Halloween Horror Nights. Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought we were going Halloween Horror Nights season.
No,
announcement season though.
Maybe announcement season. We're coming up on Memorial Day. That'll be our next big.
Aren't we like halfway to Halloween anyway?
Yeah, we're halfway to
isn't
Halloween.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, we're halfway to Halloween.
Oh, do you think Universal might slow roll some of the Halloween Horror Night stuff this year, since they're going to be full blown epic for the next little bit?
Steffer says no. I don't know. I really don't know. I will.
Okay, all right.
I will tell you as a spoiler for my Across the Universal opinion. This was the 30th year for Universal Mardi Gras, and they did a piss poor job celebrating their 30th anniversary of Mardi Gras.
Ooh.
And from what I heard from quote unquote sources, it was because a lot of money and expense is going into getting Epic up and running. So I think that had something to do with it. But hopefully by October. Although, they start building those houses. They're like working on them now.
Yeah, they one of my friends who's a team member posted on Facebook. They just opened up auditions for external candidates for Horror Nights.
Yeah, so it's coming.
They already know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know. But we'll get into that on Across the Universal with Stephers.
True. Say that 10 times real fast.
For now, let's wrap it up and plug our other things that we might have going on. Stephers, I heard that you might be cooking on your Twitch channel.
No, I've already cooked by the time they're listening to this.
Oh, that was last week. You're not going to...
Yeah, last week.
Okay.
Once a month. Stephers can't... Listen, Stephers just drowned in cookies. I can't cook on the internet twice in 2 weeks. That's a lot.
But Stephers, you're always cooking.
Aw, thanks. You're so sweet to me, Landon. I hate it here.
He's in a good mood tonight.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I do it on the internet Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. So you should go to Twitch and pretend like you know what I'm doing. Because I sure as heck
How do they
don't.
find you?
Adventures with Stephers. Come on, y'all. We've been through this. Adventures with Stephers, Across the Universal with Stephers, Adventures with Stephers. Like, it's all encompassing.
Stephers plays video games and streams them on the internet. And Stephers, you and I would say that we're both pretty big fans of one of the newest things that's been added to Fortnite.
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter, I bought the skin already.
Yep. Sabrina Carpenter has made her way to Fortnite.
Yeah, she has.
What?
There's a whole bundle, dude. There's a whole, I bought the bundle. It comes with a heart back bling. Listen, if y'all want some Sabrina Carpenter content, I will gladly stream me playing Sabrina Carpenter on Fortnite. Say less.
I've been retired from Fortnite for a long time. I'll be honest.
Bring it back.
I might come back. I might come back for Sabrina because now
hold on. Sabrina Carpenter is what's going to make you come out of Fortnite retirement.
I love Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, if she goes back on tour, me and Justin are going together.
Yeah, and
we're going together, dude.
I've been loving because I've been watching these TikTok videos and they've added a new thing where like they're syncing up the dances. So all the Sabrinas are like meeting out on the battlefield and there's a temporary truce and they just dance together. And it's amazing.
It's so great.
I'm glad you said on the battlefield because I'm like I don't Fortnite. I was like, this is a game where you still shoot people, right?
Landon, you should get on the Fortnite train.
Yeah.
Why not? Join us in our Sabrina cover band. I was gonna say cult, and that sounded a little aggressive.
But it also sounds kind of accurate. Call me when they get James Hetfield from Metallica. Then we'll talk.
They have a bunch of Star Wars skins. I have Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. No, Obi-Wan. Do I have Luke? I might have Luke. I have a bunch of Star Wars skins.
Can Darth Vader play Master of Puppets? I don't think so. So,
No, but they did put lightsabers in the game, and you could...
Again, you still shoot people in this game, right?
You do.
Yes, but you could slice them with your lightsaber. It was a whole thing, Landon. I'm gonna show you the way. I'm gonna show you the way, Landon.
Oh boy, no, that's the Mandalorian, not Darth Vader.
Oh, well, they also had Mandalorian skins.
They did.
Anyway.
Wait, wasn't Godzilla in Fortnite at one point?
Okay, listen, there's a lot of crossover. It's fine.
That really should have been the one that drew me in, but it didn't.
There's so many that. I have a shark skin too. It's giving Jaws. It's my favorite skin, and I think of you every time.
Now,
it's a cute little
better, closer, warmer, Tenacious D.
We're getting there. All right, Landon. Well, if we're not going to see you on Fortnite, where might we find you on the internet?
That would be in my fun little slice of the internet at THEDOZ, Landon on Blue Ski, Landon Doane. I'm the best, Landon Doane, not the rest. That you can find me on the Blue Sky. I talk about fun stuff because the rest of the world's terrible. So we try and have a little bit of fun. I talk about comic books, movies, wrestling, magic cards, apparently whatever Fortnite is these days now. But yeah, I just try and have fun over there because like I said, the rest of the world sucks. So let's try and Make it suck a little bit less over on Blue Sky. Fun stuff over on the Blue Ski. I also appear on the Phil Show, News Talk 98.7 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, streaming 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio app and the News Talk 987 app as well. And yep, looking at the calendar, we are still in the month of April, and the livingwiththelandon.com website is still up through at least the end of the month, where if you are still interested in getting official Living with the Landon merchandise, to get some dope merch for the fundraiser that raised over $7,500 for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee's Food for Kids program. You can get that. You can still make a donation to Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee in the name of Living with the Landon. They're always going to take your money, but I mean, right now is a great time to do so. And the Smoking Hot Fiance joked that how many people's proposal has merchandise, and so Lindsay's proposal had merchandise, and she thinks that's pretty cool. So you can not only get merchandise for the fundraiser, you can get merchandise for Lindsay's proposal, and I guess my proposal too.
Yeah,
if you really
does not. We have to preface this by saying it does not come with a captain's hat, though.
No,
does not. It does not, because I am the captain. I am the captain of Living with the Land, and I do want to apologize if you are a lovely listener of the Monday Morning Monorail fam, and you're a member of the Monday Morning Monorail fam Facebook group, or you're in the Discord, or both. I do think you are special. I'm sorry when I said you weren't special earlier. I was being mean. That wasn't me. That was sick Landon Doane. I'm also sick. I'm on antibiotics. I've been on steroid pack for 5 days, and I hate the way it's making me feel. I just feel like I'm high, but I'm not high in a fun way.
No.
It's awful. Steroids are the worst. They're the worst. But breathe, have a little bit of fun. If you can do both of those things, that would mean the world to me. I'll talk to y'all next week. Love you, mean it. Bye.
they're the worst. Unless you're trying to get jacked for your next AEW gig. Then you might want to look into
AEW has a very strong drug testing policy. Thank you very much. They're not
Just
Major League
kidding.
Baseball, allegedly.
Oh.
Who wants to see me hit dingers?
Listen, that's why we show up to the ballpark. More home runs. Bring in more torpedo bats.
Yep. Oh, the torpedo bat. That's what I'm here for. Chicks dig the long ball, y'all.
I'm Justin Monorail, and I'm sick too. I haven't been super active on Blue Sky lately, but I am on Blue Sky, Justin Monorail. I'm usually Justin_Monorail on things. You can follow us at Morning Monorail, and you can join our Facebook group, which is Monday Morning Monorail Fam. We have a Discord. We've got all sorts of things. Go to dismornings.com for all the stuff, and that's a great hub to connect with not just us, but our content. Thank you all so much for listening, and we appreciate you. We love you. We hope you're having a great April so far, and hopefully you will join us next week. But until then, thank a team member, thank a cast member, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.